Hello everybody, this is Jimmy Wu from Prowork Pacific Inc., your licensed architect. Thank you for watching our video. And before we start our topics, we want you to do something first of all is subscribe us, and also is give us a like. And if you like our channel, you can share with your friends too. Today, I have some customer asked me this question. Jimmy, what is different between I hire you and hire like draftsman? What can you do for me, as an architect? Or versus, I hire a draftsman. Why not? Where they're much cheaper. So today I want to more specifically talk about, what do you expect, or what do I, as an owner, what do I expect from my design professional or from my licensed architect? So today I want to talk about this. Now, as an architect, first of all, we talk about some basic surface, because it is very almost a fundamental part of service for all architects will do. First of all is planning and design, right? From schematic design to preliminary to final design, detail design, right? And then also is construction drawings. Now, besides construction drawings, also after finished construction drawings, then we're gonna do building permit. Right? They are responsible to obtain building permit for you, and also responsible to adjust drawings to obtain the building permit for you. Now is in Hawaii or in Honolulu, not let's say Hawaii, in Honolulu, for doing a project when a new residential project, a house project, usually involve one thing is called erosion control and erosions and sediment control plan, ESCP. So for this one, usually licensed architect, we also responsible for that. We include that in the service. This is part of the service. It's called ESCP. And most people will do it. I know some draftsmen, they don't do it. But usually architect will qualify to be an ESCP coordinator. So then we can do it for the client, especially for a small residential project that should be handled by the architect. And also is a special inspection. Special inspection. Now, that is during the construction time, architects, we gotta go to the job site. We're gonna do some special inspection for specific items like reinforcing, rebar, concrete, hurricane tie down, termite treatment, something like this. That's called special inspection, and we gotta write a report at the end time of the project. So this is very much basic. Now we'll talk about something is called optional or additional. Additional or optional service. That means not every architect will do, but some of them can do. But you need to ask your architect. Now, first of all, I would say not necessarily first or second, just different topics. Different things, items. Interior design. Don't think architects will do interior design sometimes. Architects we do mostly for residential, we do architectural design. Now for interior specific items like, how do you decorate a room? How do you specify different color, different paint, to make it look nice in the room? Now, usually this part is interior design work. And a lot of architects, they do not handle that. They don't do it. Only some big firm, they have interior design department, then the architect they design the building, and then they pass it to the interior designer, they do the finish up. That's called a room finish. Now some small, usually out of it for residential, because of the fee schedule, usually, architects, they do not include that. So, and they will leave it up to the owner, for doing their own interior, choose whatever color, choose whatever tile, all those finish, and let the owner handle it. Now, only when we do a luxury house, then we will have interior design, but not necessarily from the same architect. A lot of times the architect, they will hire interior designer to handle this part. Now, some architects knows how to do, so they cover it. They can do it, but it's not like a basic type. So it's like an add-on service. So if you want interior design for your project, you gotta tell your architect to add on to it. Because some architects, they have to hire people outside. 3D model rendering. Today is conventionally in Honolulu, a lot of architects, they do drawings 2D drawings, and they use 2D software. So they give you the plan view, they give you an elevation view. Now, some architects, they will also responsible, or they will provide rendering, 3D rendering. by computer rendering, making model. So this is another add-on tab, but do not expect all architects will do that. Some architect office, they use more advanced software. Okay, then they can do the 3D modeling, for the client. And another one is called feasibility study. Now, feasibility study is a little bit different things. Most people maybe not familiar is, if you have a land probably and you want to do something that you are not sure if it can be done in that property, like a new project. A lot of times it's not only residential. Now we're talking about commercial, and even lately very popular about Build 7. So some customer, they want, if I want to do a Build 7, can I do this? How many units I can do, or how tall I can do, right? So in this, and upfront, architects don't know. We don't know, because a lot of information is we got to find out, we got to do research. So this process is called feasibility study. Okay, so with this, not all architects will do. So a lot of architects say, we don't take care of this part. You need to find someone to do a study for you. And some architects, whoever knows the process with DPP, how to do all the document trail, how to meet with all different branch, then they will do it. So we got feasibility study. Another is project programming. Project programming is some investor, they want to invest a house. They want to buy a land, build a house for sale. But they don't know what to build. They don't know what kind of style. They don't even know how many bedrooms I should put, what kind of room I should put. Architects, can you help me for doing this? Tell me what is good on this area. What kind of house I should build, and how many room or bathroom that will be good for this property. Now, this is a program. This is a project program, because usually architect, we design, according to what owner wants, right? As an owner, as my family, I know how many bedrooms I want. I know the kitchen. I want a recreation room for my kids. This is a program, right? You, the owner, you tell architect what do you want, and then architect, we provide a solution. We give you the design. But in some cases, if an owner doesn't know, like as a developer, he even doesn't know what to provide, then he needs to get someone to help him come up with this program. This is called project programming. So this, you can hire architects, for doing this. But as I say, this is like an additional. Usually architect, we do not include in our basic service. Another one is cost estimate. Make sure when you do a house, architect, we provide a really roughly estimate. But when we do a, construction drawings, and you want to do a, more detailed cost estimate for pricing, helping you find, there's another item is called bidding, send to different contractor to bid. And then the owner wants to, architect, can you do my cost estimate on this? Then I can compare with all different contractors. They give us back what the pricing. Now, these cost estimates usually not architects, basic service. You gotta tell in advance, and you also pay extra for this. And then it's bidding. Bidding right now is used to be in commercial. Okay, in commercial project, government project, those large projects that was part of basic service. But in residential, small project is become additional, because we do not handle that. We usually when small project, we give the owner's drawing, then owner go, find different, maybe 3, maybe 4 contractor to negotiate with them to getting a price and to see who to choose. So for residential project, because the project scale is kind of small, so that's why architect, we do not involve in the bidding. So that bidding process become optional. And then another one is construction administration. Again, this one also in large project, commercial project, government project, construction administration is basic service. Means when we do a large project, we will include that in our fee. However, for residential, because of project scale, then most architect and design professional, they do not include that in their fee. They would only charge that as addition. Means if the owner, let's say, is overseas owner, means the owner is not in Honolulu. He bought the house here, he bought the land, want to build, but he has no one here to oversee the construction process. He wants someone represent him to handle this project management or handle this construction process with the contractor. Then now the owner may hire architects to be construction administrator, okay, or construction manager. So, but those usually is for extra service. And usually for regular project, architects, we do not, for small project, residential project, we do not include that, because for small project, usually we let the owner handle that again, because it's kind of very small portion, right? And then owner negotiate with contractor, and when the time during construction, owner talk to the contractor to resolve all the issues. So this is the construction admin. And then last one is a special permit. There's a lot of, besides building permit, there's a lot of special type permits. Okay, some architects, they know how to do, and they will take it. Some architects, they don't even take it. They don't even do it because it's too hard for them. They don't want to put their time. It's not worth to, or there's too difficult, and they don't know, have no experience or no knowledge about that. They just don't do it, and they hire someone else. Within that will be like special district permit. Okay, in Honolulu, we have several special districts like Waikiki, Diamond Head, Punch Bowl. There's also called special district. Now, some architects is not familiar with certain areas, so they don't know about the special rules. Okay, even Kaka'ako is another considered like a district. So for this case, some architects they won't even take those jobs in this area. Okay, let's, for example, Waikiki. Some architects or some people stay away from Waikiki project. When you have Waikiki, I want to build a resort, right? Then the architect, oh, sorry, I don't do this. Okay, so this is like an optional. And trenching permit. Trenching permit is another one. Is that when you have work involved with trenching on the sidewalk. Okay, so that we're getting this trenching permit is some architects they don't know how, because it's humbug and spending a lot of time, so they will not do it by themselves. Grading permit, for applied grading permit, you need grading plan, grading drawings. Again, for small project, even for some small projects, some architects, they have no idea or no experience of doing grading, then they will need to hire civil engineer for you, and they won't take it. But some architects they know how. And then it's called, another one is SMA, Special Management Area. It's involved a lot of different property along our shoreline. Okay, there's an SMA, and also have shoreline permit. Now, there's two permits. One is the SMA permit. It's how to talk about overall development along the shoreline. But shoreline permit is another one. Okay, getting a shoreline permit is also involved with surveyor, all different things. Some architects they don't know what to do about this. Okay, and another one is called conditional use permit. Conditional use permit means that in that particular land, some type of construction, some type of use of the building may be allowed under certain condition. So then you have to apply called conditional use permit from DPP. And a lot of architects, it's not an easy process. It takes time. So a lot of architects, they just don't do it. They just want to take that humbug. Okay? And also cluster permit. Cluster permit within one bigger land, and you have about more than 8 houses on one land. It's almost like a community design, right? Community, planning. So even though it's always houses, right? You do 15 houses, 20 houses in one big piece of land. But, beside you can do the houses design, you have to do a cluster planning, okay, right? Like a master planning. So not all architects will know how to do, and also not necessarily know how to obtain this cluster permit. So all these, so special permit is a really optional or addition service to the architect. And I want to tell owner is, a lot of, if you're hiring a draftsman, in most cases, draftsmen, if they don't know all about this so-called additional, or optional service, and usually draftsmen, they have no idea or no experience on that. And then some work, finally, at the last, some work I want to tell owner is, architect almost definitely don't do it. Okay, then which is you think that is part of the work. First of all, survey. A lot of owner think, when we do land survey, including the meets and bounds, the boundary survey, topography survey, we call topo survey. They think architect gonna handle all this job, but actually architects do not do survey. We will introduce one surveyor to owner. Owner responsible to contact the surveyor and provide the survey map to the architect to design. Similar, another one is soil test. Soil test also, architects, we do not take care of soil test. Owner responsible for soil test. Okay, sometimes architect can find one soil engineer, but owner need to talk about that. And we talk to him for that, soil test. And then also is selling marketing. interesting things are a lot of like when developer they want to do selling right after they build, they were asking a lot of like, oh, can you do me this render? Can you do me this poster? Can you do me brochure? Something like this. Now architects, we do not involve. Usually architects, we don't take those selling and marketing things. Okay, it's a lot of like we call after build. Those marketing stuff. So architects, we don't do it. And then the last one is feng shui. Okay, we get many owner ask me to do, to see feng shui, to watch feng shui. Oh, Jimmy, do you know how to do feng shui? Now, most architects, we do not do feng shui. That we are not a master of feng shui. Okay, we master of architecture. Okay, we know how to build, how to design, but feng shui. I know some in Hong Kong and China, some architects they also know about feng shui, but in Honolulu, I would say most architects do not touch feng shui on that. Okay, so this one video will try to help answer some questions from owners. Say, when you hire architect, what an architect, licensed architect can do for you. Okay, thank you for everybody watching this video. And again, if you like us, give us a like and share this with your friends. Thank you very much.